Hey Heal Squad, so I did that video a couple of days ago titled The Girls Need FU Money. And I got a response to that video. Let me start again. Great. Hey Heal Squad, so a couple of days ago I did that video that the girls need FU money. And if you haven't watched it, after you watch this video, please go and watch that video. I'm really passionate about women having financial freedom. I believe that when you are a woman of wealth, you are a woman of influence, you are a woman of power, and you really get a level of privilege that women that may not have means don't have access to, okay? And I'm not saying this in a negative way. I'm saying this in what I believe is the truth for, especially if you live in a capitalistic society. What they say, the saying is money talks. But I got a response from one of the Heal Squad members, and then I got another response, and I want to have a conversation about this. If you are a woman that was in a relationship previously and you left that relationship with nothing, right? Like Tina Turner, you was like, all I want is my name. I want to have a conversation about that today. Welcome to Heal the New Sex, where we discuss all things healing, self-love, and relationships. If you're new, my name is Cynthia. I am a licensed therapist and coach. And so this Heal Squad member said, I am struggling financially and going through a divorce with 3 kids, 1 in college, other 2 at home. Is this even possible for someone like me? She was talking about what I was sharing in that video. I was the one that said I needed to leave but can't afford. Now that I've gotten out, I can't even take care of myself and home. And so my response to her was, she has a unique handle. So I was like, you absolutely can. Do you do YouTube? I saw a video on your account. Also, if you're into beauty, then record yourself doing makeup and the girls will watch. I will definitely watch. Also, if you're on TikTok and love beauty, then review your favorite items and grow until you can sell. You can do this. And so she said, working on finding content that she's really passionate and knowledgeable about. And this is what I want to say to the woman who left that relationship with nothing, is that you really can build your life. You can become a multimillionaire. I believe by the end of the year. I don't believe that there's anything that can stop you from living the life that you want to live. The only thing that can stop you is your perception of your situation. Your situation doesn't determine the outcome. It just determines your now, but it doesn't even determine your mind and what you believe and what you think about yourself. And what I believe to be so important is that if you are in a situation that feels like, the walls are crumbling in on you, you can think yourself out of it. You have gifts, you have talents, you have skills, you have abilities on the inside of you that you can monetize. Let's say you're a single mom and you're like, Cynthia, my children are very young. I don't trust people. I don't trust to put them in daycare, so I try to work from home. Well, then open up your home to other children in the hours in which you're not working and build a business, a childcare business that way. There are single mothers that work a night shift and they need someone to take care of their children while they're at work. So their child comes there, they may have already fed them dinner or you feed them dinner. You are a safe place for them to sleep and rest. Their mom comes and picks them up in the morning. You're able to get your children up to school and you're able to get to work. Do you see what I'm saying? As women, we are innovative. And so you have to tap into the things that you are doing every day. You are probably doing something every day that is a solution to the question that somebody has. It may be that you cook dinner for your children every day. I've watched a young woman on TikTok. She has, I think she has maybe I want to say 3 kids. And she's like, this is how I cook dinner for my 3 kids on a budget. And so people are going to watch you do that. You can be monetized off of that. You can get brand deals off of that. The thing is, what is your mindset and what are you willing to do? Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I am a single mom. I work full-time. I do YouTube. I do coaching. And last year I worked full-time. I did YouTube. I did coaching. I did, and I was going through breast cancer. Okay. Right. And I'm not saying this to shame you or to compare myself to you, but sometimes you got to dig deep. You got to figure out the why. You have to look at life and say, listen, this is not what I'm going to accept. My life is not going to look like this. When I was going through breast cancer, I've seen how people have been bankrupted by cancer. And I said, that's not going to be my future. I'm not going to allow cancer to come in change things about my body, take my breast, and I'm broke, oh, I'm not going to do that. Okay. And not saying that it's, it did change my body and take my breast, but I'm still recovering financially from it. And that's why I told you in that video, if you keep seeing me popping up, it's because I'm trying to get this FU money. Some of you may be very good at baking, sell cakes. Some of you maybe need to speak to your supervisor, need to speak to HR. You're doing 2 jobs and you at the company because they haven't hired someone. You need to seek compensation for that. You may have children that are teenagers and you may encourage them to work, not because you are taking the money from them, but maybe that will help them, one, to be able to get those Jordans that they want, to get that Switch 2 that they want. You're like, listen, I will support you in getting to work and from work so that you can be able to obtain the items that you need. Now, I am not advocating for a parent to make their child work and then pay rent and pay bills. No, that's not what I'm advocating for. But if they want expensive things, one, you're teaching them work ethic. Okay, as long as their grades are right, but you're also teaching them, listen, the value of a dollar and what it means to really go and to pursue the things that you want. That can also be an option for you. I worked as I think I got my first job. As I could at 14. Okay, that taught me when you are trying to buy some Jordans and you got to calculate the number of hours you got to work. You may say, nah, never mind, I don't want it. Or once you get that money in your hand, your children may value it. Okay, especially if it's summertime, they're 16, 17. You may help them to go around and cut lawns and mow lawns or have a lemonade stand. You may help your children do that, and that reduces some of the financial burden because maybe they'll save enough money to be able to get their school clothes, you get their school supplies, things like that. But I really believe as a woman that you should, whether it's Instacart, whether it's you are Ubering safely, right? Do what you can to secure your financial future. You may have you can learn trading, you can learn options. There are things. AI is booming right now. You can become an expert in that just by studying, and then you can market yourself to your company. Every company I know is looking for people who are knowledgeable with AI. Some of them are training people, and others are saying, hey, if you go ahead and learn it, we will definitely pay you for the knowledge that you have. But as a single woman, whether you are a single woman because you don't have any children or you are a single mom, listen, you definitely can be making money. You may have a garden. You may love to garden. Sell your fruits and your vegetables to your neighbors. Create a farm stand and let people come and put money in a basket. And that may be the way that you are making income. You may volunteer at church and the church may decide to put you on salary. Like, there are opportunities and ways for you to make income from your cell phone, right? From the things that you're already doing. Maybe you not just making money, but looking at ways that you can save money. So maybe it's carpooling to work. Or asking your supervisor, because you do such a great job, can you have a hybrid schedule and work a few days from home? But as a woman, as a mother, you have to believe in yourself. Many of us, the reason why we don't believe that things are possible for us is because we're too familiar with us. You're too familiar with your greatness. See, there are things you can look at me and be like, oh my gosh, Smithy could do ABC 1, 2, 3. Wow, she just does a great job. No, but the thing is that there are gifts and talents and abilities in you that I can look at you and say, wow, you are so good at that. Okay. And let me tell you this, you don't have to become passionate about something to create content about it. Okay. Desperate times sometimes become desperate measures. What is something that you know that you do every day at work that you can talk about on any platform, right? Not jeopardize the value of the work that you do, because some places of employment have social media policies. But if you're a nurse, share your knowledge. I love going on TikTok, asking TikTok a question. Okay, tell me about this medication, all right? You may be a nurse. There was a nurse who went through breast cancer, and so she shared her cancer journey, but she also helped other nurses pass their NCLEX. So she was talking about that. So if you're a nurse and you past your NCLEX, go online and start talking about that. There are going to be students looking for that. If you pass the LSAT, look for that. If you know how to make spaghetti sauce from scratch, you know what I'm saying? You know what a good tomato looks like in order to make spaghetti sauce. Post that. There's everything. There's so much that you can be doing that people are looking for the information and they're looking for it online. Okay. And if you're like, well, Cynthia, I have imposter syndrome or something, like, baby doll, you got to get over that. There is a lifestyle that you want to live. You have to not allow the fear, either as it relates to failure, the fear to being seen. You can't let that be bigger than the life that you want for yourself and for your children. Period. We have to get past the point of allowing our excuses to be louder than what it is that we want and what it is that we desire. Because you should have a life that you are comfortable. You should have a life that is safe. You should have a soft life, and you should be able to give it to yourself. You should be able to give it to yourself. You should be able to see if you get sick, the top doctors, and you should be able to have the best therapists in the land. You should be able to wear the best clothes, drive the best, live the best. Why? Because you are determined to go out there and get it for yourself. And if you are a mother, it's a testament even to your children, that your children get to watch you really build something. And I even talked to my son, like, listen, baby, the reason why I'm doing this is because I want you to watch your mama build something, because there may be something that you have to build. And you're like, I've seen somebody do it up close. So yes, FU money is available to you as a single woman. And I don't care where you live. I don't care your background. You like, Cynthia, both of my parents, I grew up homeless. I grew up in and out of foster care. Listen, sugar, you can have the life you want and desire. Period. You're like, Cynthia, I'm living in a home. It's dilapidated. This, and this. Put your camera up and say, listen, y'all, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm about to DIY it and fix this right here, because this is the home that me and my children are living in. And there's this patch here. I'm going to follow a video and I'm going to patch it. And I want you to watch me as I do it. Matter of fact, if you are a contractor, give me some pointers on how I can do it better. Come on. But you got to believe in yourself. You got to look and pay it and say, this is what I'm good at. These are the skills and the abilities I have. And this is how I'm going to monetize it. This is the plan I'm going to create. And you put one foot in front of the other. You may be an assistant at work right now. And so you say, I'm going to create a business, and I'm going to be a virtual assistant. I'm going to help women entrepreneurs. I'm going to help businesses I'm going to take tasks off of them, and I'm going to help one person at a time. You have multiple ways on the inside of you to monetize. You just have to believe in yourself. Okay? You have to believe in yourself. It's available to you. It's available to you. Do not put your head down. Keep your head up during this time and do what it is that you need to do to take care of you and your children, or take care of you and yourself, and to get your FU money. Right? Let me tell you something. Adversity is a part of life, but it's about how you handle it. It's about how you handle it. You can't let adversity beat you down. You got to let adversity know. When I got diagnosed with breast cancer, let me tell you something. When I got diagnosed with breast cancer, and my oncologist was saying, you're going to have, these are the side effects. You're going to have this. I said, I'm not going to have no side effect. I'm not going to have anything. I'm not going to have any side effect. The Bible says, if you speak to the mountain and don't doubt in your heart and tell that mountain to be cast in the sea, it will be cast in the sea. You got to speak to your circumstances. You got to speak to your checkbook. It may sound crazy, but you got to speak to your checkbook and say, listen, this checkbook right here, listen, it's moving from the red to the black. Okay, I'm about to have millions of dollars. I'm a woman of wealth. I'm a woman of influence. I am a tycoon. Okay, that's who I am. Some of you may be in your kitchen right now that you a kitchen beautician. Okay, you know how to slay some hair. You know how to mix some products together. You got that cocoa butter, that shea butter, that coconut oil. You're a herbalist. You know how to mix the herbs in order to help with the alopecia. Baby, you need to patent them products, whatever, trademark the products, copyright the products, put the products in some Tupperware, okay? Listen, people don't care about what it looked like if it do what it say it's going to do, okay? Y'all remember back in the day, we used to get all the different types of hair greases and hair oils, and we would mix it up in some Tupperware, and we would put it on our scalp. And you probably got all of the information. You got you got secrets from your family, okay? Baby, you could be the next sacred or the next good hair. Because it's something that you do. Your daughters got hair down their back. Okay? You got hair down. You walking around with all that good hair. Okay? And I'm not saying other hair ain't good, y'all. Okay? I'm not saying that. But you got all that good hair. Look at me. Look at my hair. Okay, why you got me walking around like this? Because you ain't putting your stuff in a Tupperware bowl and sending it over here so I can use it for you. You know I done went through chemo last year. Why would you do that to me? Right? Some of you are gifted as it relates to writing. You need to write the book. You could be the next Kennedy Ryan. You could be the next Zane. Okay? Because you know we was reading the books. We was reading the books. Okay? Some of you have a life story that you have overcome. Matter of fact, if you are going through adversity right now, you absolutely need to be writing about it. Because the story that you write can be the key to somebody else's freedom. It can be a key to your financial freedom, but it can be the key to somebody's physical or mental or emotional freedom. Some of you probably need to be a coach. You need to be coaching people, but because you don't believe in yourself, because you're so familiar with yourself, because you're allowing your circumstances to choke the life out of you, you are not seeing yourself correctly. Come on now, I'm trying to tell you something. It is available to you. The life that you want, dream, and desire, the life that you dreamed about as a child is available to you. It's available to you, sugar. But the question is, what you going to do for it? What you going to do? How you going to work for it? Are you going to stay? Listen, give yourself 30 minutes a day. Just 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day. You can record a YouTube video. Just 8 minutes. Just 8 minutes. That's all you need for a YouTube video. 30 minutes a day, you should be able to get 3 videos done. Post those videos. You may be a singer. Sing. Sing on your way to work. Say, you know what, y'all? This is my favorite, especially on TikTok. Sing the song on the way to work because you won't get no copyright strike on TikTok the way you do here on YouTube. Sing. Sing. Or maybe you're really good at cleaning houses. I love to see the girlies clean the house. I love the product reviews, right? I think it's Lysol just came out with a cherry blossom scent. I love that. I love scented trash bags, girl. I love all of this. I love everything. Okay. Show the people your tricks as it relates to keeping your house clean as a busy mom or a busy student. You know, you may be a struggling student in New York, but you play the cello. Get online and play the cello and let us support you. All right. But you have to believe in yourself. What you cannot do is look at your circumstance and let your circumstance speak louder to you. Hey, you can't let listen, you better tell your circumstance to be quiet. You better tell them to be quiet. Listen, you're not going to, no, the circumstance can't speak louder than you. You have to be the one to open up your mouth and say what it's going to be. You may be a single mom living in a 1-bedroom with 4 children, but you walk through that house and say, there's going to be a time where I'm going to have a bedroom. I'm going to have a 4-bedroom house for me and my babies. We're going to have 2 living spaces so I can have me a formal living room and a formal dining room. And then we're going to have a family room. I'm going to have a 2-car garage and I'm going to have an acre worth of land and I'm going to have a farm. I'm going to have it for me and my baby because this divorce, this situation, him leaving me or me leaving that relationship is not going to define me. I'm trying to tell y'all something. I am a single mom. I left the relationship. Do you understand? And then shortly thereafter leaving the relationship, I lost my job in the middle of the pandemic. But if you keep your head up, I'm not saying you may put your head down to do the work, but don't put your head down to shame. But you keep your head up and stay focused. There is a dream on the inside of you. There is a purpose that is given to you, and you got to do it. You got to do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Do it, do it, do it. And watch your life turn around. You're going to say, listen, I watched that video of Cynthia and, it inspired me. And now that I look around 6 months later, a year later, it's June right now. And by the time December comes, your life could have done a 180. Your money could have done a 180. Your health could have done 180. Your physical health and your mental health. Come on. But it's about your perception. It's about what you think. The Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So what you thinking about your situation? What is it that you're thinking about yourself? All right. All right. So that's all I got to say, okay? Let me tell you something. Don't come over here asking me Is it possible? Because I'm going to tell you, it's always going to be possible. That nothing is impossible. All right? Whatever life that it is that you want, whatever it is that you're hoping for, the fact that you're thinking about it, the fact that you're hoping for it is an indication that it's available to you, because you wouldn't be focused on it. You wouldn't be thinking about it if it wasn't available. It is available to you. But what you going to do for it? Legally. Okay, let me throw that in there. Legally and morally and ethically. Because I don't want nobody but. Okay. All right. I love you so much. This is Heal the New Sexy. Listen, you may have left that relationship with nothing, but now you're about to have everything that you've hoped, dreamed, and imagined. All right. Till we talk again.